I have a number of eggplant recipes on my channel, but this particular one is my personal favorite because it is extremely delicious and the addition of an aromatic spice blend makes it even more flavorful. Hey everyone, Namaskar and welcome to Curries with Bumbi. For this recipe you need medium to small eggplants because we are targeting one eggplant per individual. I have used Italian eggplants because I find their size to be perfect for this recipe. Keeping the stem end intact, cut the eggplant like this. While cutting, do not let your knife travel way to the end of the stem because then the eggplant may fall apart and it will be hard to manage. We want each individual to be getting one intact eggplant without any missing parts. Okay, after that I am going to rub in salt and turmeric powder inside each eggplant. Now my friends, turmeric powder does stain your nails a little bit, but if you are concerned about that, then please use a pair of gloves for doing this. I have years and years of turmeric nail polish on my nails, so I don't mind. Okay, leave them like this while you start preparing the aromatic spice blend. Pan over medium-low heat. Whole spices go in. 2 teaspoons of coriander seeds for that citrusy kind of flavor. A teaspoon of cumin seeds for that earthy, smoky kind of aroma. Half a teaspoon of fennel seeds and about 8 to 10 fenugreek seeds. Please do not add more than this because fenugreek seeds are bitter, so if you are tempted to add more, your dish may turn bitter. Then about 1/8 of a teaspoon of black peppercorns and 2 green cardamoms. Roast these spices by stirring them continuously on medium-low heat till they become fragrant. Please do not let them turn too dark in color, as again they will turn bitter and ruin your whole dish. You just want to roast them lightly to bring out their flavors. Once you get those wisps of aroma, take the pan off heat and transfer them to a mortar and pestle. If using a spice or coffee grinder, allow the spices to come to room temperature before grinding them. Now, if using a mortar and pestle like me, remove the outer shells of cardamoms. You do not want too fine a powder, but there should be a little bit of texture to it. We will now fry the eggplant. Pan over medium-high heat with 4 tablespoons of oil. Do not crowd the pan because you want to sear the eggplants. I like to fry with the cover on and the heat should be on the high side. When you start seeing the skin of the eggplant starting to shrivel up a bit and the eggplants getting a little brown tinge on them, it's time to take them out. At this point, I would say the eggplants are half cooked. And here is the consequence of going too close to the stem end while cutting the eggplant. My eggplants are all fried and the oil turns black like this after frying eggplant. If you are making this for guests, then please do not cook the rest of the recipe in this oil as the dish won't look nice. What I do is I save this oil and use it for cooking something else. So I changed my pan and added 3 tablespoons of oil in it. Once the oil turns hot, it's time for the whole spices to go in. This is Bengali 5 spices known as Panch Foron. It gives a beautiful flavor to any vegetable curry. I have a video on it, but if you do not want to make it, you can just use cumin seeds. I also added a dried red chilli. I took out the seeds before adding it to the oil. Dried red chilli gives a nice smoky flavor. Once the seeds splutter, add chopped onions. Add a pinch of salt that helps the onions to soften down faster. Fry till the onions turn golden brown in color. As you can see, they are not too brown but has this golden color to them. Then goes a tablespoon each of finely grated garlic and ginger. Fry the ginger and garlic for about a minute. Now it's time to bring in some color to the dish. Add a splash of water to prevent the spice powders from burning. And 1.5 teaspoons of Kashmiri red chili powder. Half a teaspoon of turmeric powder. You can also add paprika if you do not want the chili heat but want that red color. Stir for about a minute and then add tomatoes along with again a pinch of salt to help the tomatoes soften down faster. I added a splash of water and covered it on medium heat for 2 minutes. After 2 minutes, lid off. As you can see, the tomatoes have started to break down. We want them to turn into a complete mush. So again, lid back on for 2 minutes. Okay, after 2 minutes, the tomatoes have become soft. So now that roasted aromatic spice blend that we had made earlier enters the pan, along with a teaspoon of sugar. My friends, sugar is totally optional, but that little bit of sugar rounds up all the flavors and bring in a balance. Add about half a cup of water. I also added a whole green chilli. Cover and come back after 3 minutes. After 3 minutes, I again added another half a cup of water. And then the fried eggplants dive in along with all those bowl juices. Salt goes in now. Cover on for 8 to 10 minutes or until your eggplants get tender. In between, uncover and check with a paring knife how soft the eggplants are becoming. Please see to it that they do not turn too soft, as that will lead to the flesh of the eggplants entering the sauce and only the skin will be attached to the stem, and that sounds like a disaster to me. Okay, my eggplants have become tender. I added some chopped coriander leaves and covered it again for a minute. This goes best when served on hot steamed rice, but again you are hearing this from a rice lover. When serving, use a flat wide spoon so that the eggplants don't fall apart. I first scoop out the gravy and then place the eggplants on top of the gravy. It is perfectly spiced, has that tangy note from the tomatoes and a hint of sweetness from the sugar, and the eggplants itself turn into this pouch of deliciousness that is so very aromatic. Please consider clicking that like button for me, and I will see you next time. Bye bye.